cleaners. Your main thing you're gonna need right here is pipe cleaners. I don't know why, like I've been telling you guys all day today, when you're using these pipe cleaners, because now you're about to use a lot. So you could possibly run out, just let us know, we'll get you some more. So now you're gonna use these pipe cleaners. You're gonna be creating your swags. You can make them as deep as you wanna make them. This is your design. You can make them straight, you can make them scallop. I'm gonna show you guys all the techniques and you decide which one you wanna implement in your design. Don't tie these super tight, because you're the one that gotta take them off. And you gotta immediately take them off before you even finish your design. Some people can sit here and get frustrated and they be having to cut my pipe cleaners. And y'all know I don't cut no pipe cleaners. But they tie them as if there is a tie, like a shoelace. It's not. Think of this as a loaf of bread. Or those of you that have daughters, granddaughters, you join the Lord, knock a ball, just tie it. Just like that. 2-3 times max. Don't tie it any more than that. If you need to tie it more than that, meaning you're not tying it right. The key to this is, I'm mainly going over this because I've seen it a lot today. Take it, twist it, and if you're twisting it, you should not have all that space. It means it's entirely too loose. So think of my fingers as fabric. If my fingers can move, your fabric can move. The whole purpose of using these is to secure your fabric, meaning it has to be tight down to the base. Now my fingers can't, they can move, I'm pretty strong, but they can't really move. So the same way when you're about to do these scallops is you want to make them as tight, like it should be to the base. You should not have no space in there. Maybe a little bit if you feel like you need some wiggle room to make adjustments. But like I saw a lot of you guys with the balances and things like that. If it's like that, you're not securing anything. That you're defeating the purpose. So definitely just get in there, twist it. Bam, bam. That's it. Same way you ready to do these. But don't tie them a whole lot, because y'all may end up using 15 to 20, depending on how secure you feel with the fabric. And you're gonna have to take all 15 or 20 off for you to put your tie backs on. Because right now, think of these. Don't think of how they look. Don't think of anything. People get hemmed up like, oh, I got all them pipe cleaners on there and it's gonna look crazy. You gotta take them off. Right now, you just need to secure the design. What's these for? Hello, I love when people listen. All right, so we're going to go into technique. Technique is one of the biggest things. Is if you get the pleating technique, you got draping. You got it, right? Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. Simply is all of you have a second layer, right? So meaning you want to move your third layer out the way. Now you could do this a couple ways. You could just move it, move it to the side. So you can just focus on the fabric that's in front of you. Now, where I told you guys stand? Under the wherever you need the fabric to come. If I want the fabric to swag right here, I need to stand right here. If I'm bringing it to the middle, and all of you guys are bringing your middle swag to the middle, stand directly in the middle of your backdrop. Now, some of you guys have one panel, like Audie have one panel. Some of you guys have two. Point is, realize what the middle, wherever your middle is. If you have two, meaning you need to be focusing on one panel. Stand right here where you need it to come. Good measuring. Any kind of backdrop. Rule of thumb, 3 feet from the ground is where your swag should be. All the way across, unless you're just getting creative and doing something you want to do. But it should be 3 feet from the ground, right? But if you get creative, like I don't really do a swag on that pole and a swag on that pole, because if you do, you can easily use these. That's standard, 3 feet from the ground. So if you want to take a swag there, you ain't got to think about it. Just go to the slot. That's 3 feet, right? But if you want to put one right here, what you measuring? What you using? Your knee? Ain't no. What you said again? So what I use is my belly button. That's the closest thing on me that's 3 feet. We had somebody the other day say they using their nipple. You got to use whatever you can use at the 3 feet mark as close to it as possible, right? If you go with your hip. The only thing is a hip is so open, it's not a really, it's not a good indicator, right? Because you can be here, you're off. That sucker right here ain't going nowhere. Unless if I chuckle a little bit, it'll move. But other than that, it ain't going to move. So I'm going to use my belly button, because no matter where I go, if I stand right here, bam, it's close to 3 feet. It's not quite, but it's close. If I stand over here, bam, it's even, right? If I got maybe 5, 6, however many I have, it'll be even without me having to go and measure with the measuring tape. So you're going to do, this is pretty much the hand. Anybody saw this? Did I see this? Oh, that's right. This ain't on YouTube. Oh, okay. So this is pretty much the standard mechanics. You're going to put your thumbs together. Now your thumbs should never move. They should always stay clasped. They should always touch. You pretty much, who played Slide Baby when they was a kid? I'm the only one play Slide Baby. 1, 2. Oh, okay. Slide Baby, yeah. So your thumb's going to touch. You pretty much just doing your fingers just like this, creating the pleats. Now, some of you that have a lot of stretch, like this unit, is not a lot of guesswork. But some of you that have satin, the taffeta sequin, you have to manipulate that fabric. And the only way, not the only, but the best way to do it is just by creating the pleats. So I'm gonna go over here because this is not a good one. So since this is in the middle, it's one piece, right? So again, I'm gonna stand in the middle, putting my thumbs together. When you start with your fabric, I don't care what piece you use, it should always go inward, right? Let your fabric go inward, measure where your measurement is. Mine is my belly button. And now I'm just gonna pleat, same way I just showed you guys. My thumbs are touching, my hands are just sliding in and out. Notice where I'm looking. I don't care what's happening up top, because I know if I do this bottom right, my top is gonna fall off. And whatever came out of place, I can fix. This is real stiff fabric, so it's gonna take some manipulation. But my goal is to make sure that this is uniform, this is even, that this is pleated. When this is pleated, it follows all the way up to the top. Prime example, you see I use this hard fabric. Now I'm gonna use something a little simpler. Again, I'm picking up another piece of fabric, right? Where the fabric starting? In the fold of my hand. Always have, when you're ending fabric, it goes to the back. When you're beginning with fabric, it goes to the back. Otherwise, you'll be able to see the seam. Other than you changing the color, nobody should know where your fabric start and stop. It should look like one seamless piece, especially if it's all the same color. It's just like one long drape. The only way to really achieve that, making sure all the pieces go inward, right? So same thing with this, and I don't drape stretch. I don't pleat stretch fabric, but I'm gonna show you how if I just do it right down here, the top is gonna give me what I need. Always make sure that last piece go to the back. Pleats all day. Now, only thing, my next thing would be combing through. All 4 of your fingers should be able to comb through and have pleats. Got it? Now, you guys, for this design, you're only going to do this for maybe the first 2, 3 panels if you have a lot of panels. But after that, and you secure it, that's it. Then it gets to a different technique, right? In which I'm going to keep going. Well, no, I'm not. Because y'all were like, oh, how'd she do that? And I don't want y'all to get all like, how'd she do that? So secure your fabric. Because now I know, oh, I got that right. Nothing's going to happen to this, right? Now I go to my next piece. You guys are creating a scallop. With a scallop, same thing. You always start your fabric on the inside. Just like that. What's your fabric doing up there? All right. Always going to the inside. Now that I want to create that, I'm measuring it pretty much to my mark. This is my mark. This will be my mark, or this will be my mark. All I'm doing, and y'all gonna get tripped up. That's why I'm here to help you. Because so many people focus on trying to create pleats. This is not the time to try and create pleats. This is the time to just clap. So when I'm in your ear and I like, just clap, because you're thinking too much. You're thinking too much, right? Only thing you do is you measure, you lift the fabric up. Take your other hand, clap. Only thing I'm thinking about is my 2 hands meet. I ain't trying to make no pleats, form no pleats or anything. I lift it up, but when you lift it up, bring it out some so that the fabric could do what it naturally gonna do. Pick it up, clap. That's it. And when I say clap, some people think it's just they'll keep their hand up there. I'm like, what you reaching for, baby? The stars? They just keep it up there and they just keep on going and they be doing this and I get it because you thinking about it. Don't think about it. Don't think. Just clap. Just like, hey, think you at a party or something. Like, hey, and both your hands. This hand should come down. This hand should go up. So when you do that, you just clapping. You pretty much have let the work do what it's going to do. This fabric, that's what it's known for. Let it do what it's naturally going to do. Then I'm clearly going to go around with you guys because it's different blends. You got a whole nother different blend over here. So something like this, prime example, this is not a fabric blend that's going to drape. Why? Because it's stiff. So this would be that blend. I'm just measuring my belly and I am physically putting the pleats in there, manipulating the fabric to make it do what I need it to do. Last piece should go to the back, comb through. Point is the pleats are there, right? Now in this blend of fabric, which is why we were doing fabric placement, a couple of different ones. So when you have this stiff fabric, you always want this. Now you guys know that this second layer is, everything is coming this way, right? You always want your stiff fabric on the inside of your swag. Did that make sense? So all of this is swagging to create a scallop, right? Meaning I want this hard fabric, stiff fabric to be as close to the center as possible because it's not going to give me that. So pay attention to how, now this is the third layer. Where is that now? It's on the inside of my swag because now this is going this way. You would never find this kind of fabric on the outside because it's not going to give me that flowy look. So the reason why I say it's hard to answer when you're in groups, they say, well, what kind of fabric you use? Oh, baby, I use so many different kinds. There's a strategy to it. You can use, somebody have flat wool. You hear me say I don't use flat wool. However, you can use it. But where is it? It's on the inside of her swag. So you can use it because it's cheap. You can use it for pops of color. You can use it to fill up your design, right? You can use it, but use it in the right place. When people try and swag with it, that's when it's like, let's try that. Let's try that again. So that's the whole key. This taffeta is straight. You're not going to get that deep swoop. So that's pretty much how it is. Same thing with this. Now, some of you have this. Some of you have this. This will give you a deep swag because that's the material that it is. So understand the differences between your sequin. And both of these came from CB Linens. This is their glitz, which means it's on taffeta. It's a lot thicker. They consider it more premium. However, it depends on why you're using it. I consider this more premium for what I do. So it just depends. When you're talking about draping, that's going to give you more flexibility. Not to mention, it's going to save on them coins because it's cheaper because they just consider this more premium. So I showed y'all the different fabric blends. Some of you guys got this. Some of you guys got this. Some of you guys got this. Now I'm going to see what y'all remember.
Okay, how do you hide the...
We ain't there yet, baby. We ain't there yet.
Okay.
It's like, no, but this is what I was saying with this, you're not going to hide it. You're going to take them off. So that's why I say don't worry about where you place them. Don't worry about you trying to conceal it. Right now, your goal at this level is to hold the fabric. Yeah. So at the end, when we got all the fabric together, you'll get a really good tie with maybe 2 or 3. All the rest of them coming off. Got it? All right, ladies, your turn. Woo, child. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Okay. Yeah.